morning, my name is Fatia and welcome to our Digital Transformation for Tomorrow series. STACS is establishing a series of interviews with the top leader in the industry. And today we are pleased to welcome Kobsak from the Thai Banker Association. So today, Kobsak going to share his expertise and his point of view on our topic, digital transformation in the new normal, blockchain development in the industry. So good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
So thank you so much for accepting our invitation to our STACS series interviews. I'm going to ask you some free questions and feel free to share your opinion and your expertise.
Please, thank you. Okay.
So how your organization of the banking industry is tackling the challenges of digital transformation during the COVID-19?
Okay, thank you, Fatia. Good morning again. First of all, I would like to introduce you to the Thai Banker Association. The Thai Banker Association was established 60 years ago, and we have 16 members of banks locally incorporated, which include the Thai banks and foreign bank incorporated as a subsidiary in Thailand. Apart from that, Thai Banker Association is one of the major partners in the Joint Standing Committee on Commerce, Industry and Banking, which is the main private sector that's been dealing a lot among the private sector group and also with the government and government agencies. We are providing the consultancy and recommendation to the government. For me, thank you for your kind introduction again. I'm the Secretary General of the Thai Banker Association. I'm representing Thailand in the various regional business council, including the APEC Business Advisory Council, ASEAN Business Advisory Council, East Asia Business Advisory Council, Greater Mekong Sub-Region Business Council, and I'm also a co-chair of the Financial Economic Working Group and chair of the Asia Pacific Financial Forum of the APEC Business Advisory Council. I spent 30 years with the Scotiabank in Thailand, covering Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Myanmar. And before that, I used to be, and I also used to be the executive directors and senior management of the Thai bank called Thanachart Bank and Sun Citibank. 5 years ago, the Thai Banker Association initiated a 5-year strategic plan that identified key priorities and direction of the association. There are 7 teams and 13 work plan. And we have also established the 7 working groups led by CEO of member banks, this including digital banking, digital payment, financial inclusion, digital currency, digital literacy, regional connectivity, industry conduct, human capital development, and legal event. With the strategic plan, we have established 2 business units, the Payment System Office and the Thai Banking Academy. We adopt, on the Payment System Office, we have been closely working with the Bank of Thailand, Ministry of Finance, member banks, and other stakeholders to promoting the digital payments and digital banking. And on the Thailand Banking Academy, because we have to train and reskill and upskill a large number of staff, we are using online e-learning platform to do that. This has been established about 3 years ago. At that time, and 5 years ago, Thailand announced the Thailand 4.0 on digital economy and e-government, and Ministry of Finance initiative on national e-payment policies. So with that, Thailand is doing a lot of transformation into digital, and Thai Banking Association also we are doing on the digital. We have introduced the PromptPay as a digital payment channel. And in addition to that, we in the group, in the Thai Banking Association, we have a company called National ITMX, which perform a role as the national payment in switching. And it has also increased its capability, and also from the switching of the ATM to digital payment switching and beyond. During COVID-19, lots of people are required to work from home and a lot of traveling restriction. And what we do is that we set up like the BCM in the banking community led by the Thai Bankers Association to ensure that there is no disruption on our major critical banking services in Thailand, especially on digital banking and cash withdrawal, which would require for the people to, nationwide. On the top of that, we also with the work from home and also traveling restriction, lots of works are done through the video conference. But because of that, some of the project on digital transformation has been delayed a little bit, but it's still going on. And on the top of that, the Thai Bankers Association, we are promoting the regional connectivity, both in terms of trade and payment. Yeah, I hope this answers you.
Yes, thank you so much for explaining us about the association and the digitalization. Thank you so much for sharing that. What will be the new normal in the banking environment?
I think with the improvement in digital technologies and technologies in terms of speed, cost, and coverage, Thailand and other countries in the region are moving toward to the digital economy. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, the speed of digital transformation is getting faster. People are getting used to more digital channels and digital transaction. Therefore, banks would need to be changed and adopt to be more digital and new ways of doing business, new channels of doing business. The important thing is the improvement in digital ecosystem. The government has a policy on the digital e-payment and e-government. Bank of Thailand is also promoting digital transformation and digital banking. Laws, rules, and regulations in Thailand has also been improved.
All right. How you think like how the technology helped the banking sector in that moment?
The technologies would help the banks to improve efficiency and reducing cost. And it would help banks to continue providing good services and customer satisfaction when customers' behaviors has been changing. It increased the risk management of the bank and also improving in terms of securities. This would help banks to learn to be able to lend more to customers, especially on the MSMEs, as they have more confidence in the underlying banking transaction. And also it would help to reaching out to the people nationwide, whereby it's difficult to serve in the past. This would help in terms of the financial inclusion and also in terms of the regional connectivity, as I mentioned to you, on both payment and trade.
Mm-hmm. And with all this technology that we have for the moment, do you think blockchain will be the new norm to adapt to all these industries?
I think that blockchain would help a lot in terms of the digital transformation in the region. There are several good benefits from using blockchain, especially in increasing trust on the transaction. And in Thailand, the Bank of Thailand and the Thai Bankers Association have introduced blockchain into our work, like in terms of the letter of guarantee issuing. And also, like in Japan right now, they are introducing the blockchain to their digital trade platform called Trade Walls. And that would connect all the related party on international trade together from end to end through digital. It's reducing the use of paper and reducing the key in of the data information. So it's getting better in terms of efficiency. And therefore, I believe that the blockchain is more widely used by the industry in the future.
Definitely. And in your point of view, how the banking landscape will change in the Asian market, and especially for Thailand, for example?
We have seen the Asian market are moving toward more digitalization, digital banking, and digital payment. And this would help both business and activities within the country and on the cross-border in the region, on the regional connectivity. There are currently several initiatives in the region. The ASEAN Banker Association are working on the regional QR payment interoperability. And as you know, there is a project introduced by MAS of Singapore and ABS. It's called EPIX or FN. It has been in operation already. So I think the market is changing. There are more improvement in terms of the connectivities. So and working cooperation also among banks.
And what are the barriers that usually block the path to transformation?
I think there are several barriers or some difficulties right now. Mm-hmm. One is the cost of the new technologies and the new infrastructure that have to be put in place. And also in terms of the banks, they have a large legacy system. And right now, a lot of the budget on technologies and IT has to be gearing to service those legacy systems. So that's one of the big problems now. And also the digital transformation would not be successful if the whole ecosystem does not transform to support the digital transformation. What I mean is that you have to have the digital ID, digital signatures, those kind of things. And so there are a lot of things to do on that. And technology is moving very fast, so I think it may be difficult to follow, and people may not know what should be the right one that to be used. And another main issues, I think, is on the lack of understanding and appreciation of the new digital technologies of the people in the organization, both at the management level and the staff level, and the benefit of the data that would be generated from the digital transaction. And another thing is on the rule and regulation to support that. It has to be moving along fast enough. And then on the good coordination of the people in the ecosystem, or of the people in the organization and the whole ecosystem. In the past, sometimes people used to work as a silo, but through the digital, I think they have to cooperate and work together, because digital connectivity would not happen if we don't have that. And another important thing is on the digital literacy of the people in the country. They need to understand that. They have to have that. And also, I think we have a concern. People may have a concern on the cybersecurity and on the government data governance and on the data privacy. So I think if we can address those, I think the digital transformation would be happen.
Yes. Thank you so much, Khun Kobsak, for sharing your point of view and your expertise into our topic today. It was a pleasure to have you during this interview, and thank you for making the time to be in this interview.
Thank you again for allowing me to share my comments.
Thank you so much.